So I finished another book and I didn't vlog about it. So here we are. I read through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Seanan McGuire, which is the 11th book in the Wayward Children series, which, if you're not familiar, it starts with Every Heart a Doorway is the first book. And basically they're portal fantasy books about children that have gone to other worlds. And then in some cases they go back to like their fantasy lands, and in some cases they get yeeted back into our reality because they did something wrong, or because they weren't sure of being in this new fantasy land. So there's 11 of them. There's a lot that happens in the series, so I can't really talk about what actually happened in book 11 without giving you spoilers for the rest of the series. But suffice it to say, it was good. It's definitely not my favorite of the series. I liked the setting for it, which is the Halls of the Dead, which is like a Hades and Persephone kind of vibe. But I actually really hated like the Lord of the Dead, who is like supposed to be Hades. He was really obnoxious, and there was a lot less action in this one. Like, it had a lot of violence, but it was a lot less action, and it was a lot more talking about the problems rather than doing anything about the problems. So it was not my favorite. I think if I were being critical, I'd give it 4 stars. As it's one of my favorite series, I would still probably give it 5 stars, because it's another installment in one of my favorite series. So take that as what you will. But yes, so it's not very long. Each one of them are novellas. So it was like 160 pages, which is why I like ate through it in an evening, slash this morning. And I'm still reading Attention Seeker by Darcy Michael, which I don't know if I mentioned in my other reading vlog, is like a comedy book about ADHD. He's like a really famous comedian, on TikTok, and like Canadian comedian, and is just hilarious. 10 out of 10. If you have ADHD, you should read that book because it is a wild ride. But yeah, so I'm still reading that. I need to update my reading journal now. And it occurred to me that I didn't actually make reading journal pages for Tentacles and Triathlons when I finished that 2 days ago. So I have some reading journal things to catch up on, and then we will start something new. I should probably read something from my physical TBR instead of continuing to read things from my ebook and audiobook TBRs, but nothing is really calling to me right now. So I'm gonna have to take a look at my shelves and like see if there's something that I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely want to read that, because right now I'm in the middle of a couple of other books that are physical books, and I am not like in love with any of them. So I need something else, I think, right now. But yes, that's my update. And I will be back once I finish fixing my reading journal. And then, yeah, we'll chat again once I'm reading something new. So I updated my yearly like spread of covers, and then I made a page for Tentacles and Triathlons. Obviously, if you don't want spoilers, don't read the things. I updated this to say that I did another ebook, and I updated this like monthly log of like, oh, I read Tentacles and Triathlons, and then through Gates of Garnet and Gold, and here. And then I made a page for Gates of Garnet and Gold. So overall, the reading journal is going well, and yeah, I'm happy that I've been able to read a couple of books in the last like couple of days. I have been sort of in like a weird reading slump space this year where I'm not enjoying reading as much, and I think it's just like this was a reread for me. It's one of my favorite series, so like this was good. And this was okay. This was okay. This was really good. And this was good. But, like, these three kind of sucked. This was not great. I don't know. I've just had, like, a weird reading year. I haven't had anything that's been like, oh, man, I absolutely love that. Like, I have a lot of 5 stars in here, but just, like, nothing that's inspiring me to want to read. So, I don't know. It's been a weird reading year. But anyway, I'm going to go back to listening to Attention Seeker. I think that's probably going to be the next thing that I finish, because I've only got like 2.5 hours left of the audiobook, and then I will see what my next physical read is going to be. So I'll check in with you later. So I just finished Attention Seeker by Darcy Michael, which was really good. As far as audiobooks go, that's the kind of book that is definitely best listened to rather than read, because he reads the book. So you get his like personality and flair, and Jer like jumps in from time to time, so you get both of them reading. It just was a lovely experience. I really find him to be very funny. So, and I also have ADHD, so just there's something about having any kind of like physical or mental health related ailment that when you find other people that have it, it's very, I guess it can sometimes be cathartic, but mostly just like kind of like warm fuzzy of, oh, I'm not alone in this. And a lot of the like really funny things that has happened to him because of his ADHD are things that I can relate to. So I really thoroughly enjoyed the book. I thought it was a great read. And I'm happy that I just finished it. I still don't know what my next physical read is going to be. I haven't picked one out. But at this point, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I don't know that I'm going to pick one out tonight. So we'll see where I wind up tomorrow. But in any case, so it's been a couple of days since I've updated y'all. I think I finished reading the last couple of books on Sunday, and it's Wednesday now. I've been reading like a little bit every day of Honeycut by Sierra Simone, which is the second in the Lioness trilogy. And it's really good so far. I really, really love the first book, Salt Kiss. And yeah, so I'm reading Honeycut right now. And yeah, it's a sequel to a book, so I can't really like give you much in detail other than spoilers. But the first book is about a man who becomes a bodyguard of another man who owns a series of strip clubs and is into like secrets and spy work and like has all kinds of just spicy things that he does. And the two men have like a relationship with each other that's like BDSM coded. And one of them sends his bodyguard out to pick up his fiance on a boat for like 3 weeks or something. And when the bodyguard goes, he is going to pick up the fiance and is like, my lover has a fiance. Oh my God. Everything is terrible. And then he winds up screwing the fiance for the entire trip. So this is like a retelling. So it's not really spoilers because it's a retelling of a series. Like the Lioness trilogy goes along with the like American Queen, King, and Prince series, which are Arthur and Guinevere. This is Tristan and Isolde. So Tristan is the bodyguard who is screwing everyone, and Mark is the other main male character, and then there's the Isolde character. And it's so good. It's very spicy, and it's very like dark and secretive, and there's all kinds of like weird things going on. But book 2 thus far opened with a murder, and has been just a roller coaster ever since. I haven't gotten very far in because I've been really busy the last couple of days. One of my guinea pigs died, which was tragic, and I'm not okay. But for those of you who don't know, this is guinea pig story time now. Guinea pigs are pack animals, and if they're left by themselves for too long, they get depressed, and then they stop eating, and then they die. So I had to get my guinea pig buddy, and there were none anywhere near me. So I wound up having to drive like 2 hours away in order to get this guinea pig at like 7 o'clock at night in a snowstorm, after calling probably half a dozen different pet stores looking for a male guinea pig. It was a whole event. But that first night, like Monday night, we got the guinea pigs all situated, and I didn't read much. I just read like in the morning, and then I have had doctor's appointments every single morning this week. So I've read before my doctor's appointments. So I'm not super far in, but Honeycut is going well, and I have the next 2 days off. So I'm planning to finish Honeycut and read the whole thing and live my best life. So, and the sequel is out. The sequel is called Bitter Burn, and I have that as well. So I will be cruising on through is the plan. Okay, so the premise of this challenge is that I need to read all of the books that I own, because I own a lot of books, and to not spend more money on more books. The one problem with that / caveat is sequels. But no, the one problem with that is that I have like a $200 credit at another bookstore. So I definitely just acquired 2 books when I went in the other day. But they're both fairly short, and I'm going to read them both today. So I got this, neurodivergent graphic novel, and Strange Houses, which I've heard really good things about, and is fairly short. So my plan today is that since I bought these yesterday, and I need to not buy any more books that I don't read, I'm going to read them both today, and then I will have not done that, basically. It won't count. That's the theory that we're going with. So I'm putting Honeycut on hold for a hot minute, and I'm going to read these, and then they won't count, and we can move on with our lives. Because I've still got like $140 or $50 or something, like something ridiculous at this bookstore, because it's where I sell back books, and they give you a credit, and if you take cash they give you less, but if you put a credit on your account so that you can spend it in their store, they give you more money. So I had brought in books previously, and I had like $70 in credit, and then I spent $30 buying these 2 books, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like I've got like $40 left. And then I got a call from them last night because I had dropped off the other books that I had just unhauled, and they were like, yeah, so here's like another $120 on your account. So in the grand scheme of wanting to read what I own, I feel bad. But in the grand scheme of not spending money on new books, I don't feel bad, because I have a credit, and it's like a gift card. And I'm gonna read them right now, okay? Right now. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. Okay, I just started reading this neurodivergent graphic novel, and I just want to call out this like phrase, because boy does it feel true. I've memorized which facial expressions I should perform for each different tone. Am I able to truly call myself a person, or am I just a menagerie of stolen things? Ugh. Anyone with like neurodivergent tendencies, ADHD, autism, bipolar disorder, like anything in the spectrum of mental health, man, this just hit me like a freight truck. Okay, first book done. this was really good if you have any kind of neurodivergent anything. 10 out of 10. It isn't necessarily the happiest book, but it kind of scratches the itch of like, oh, I feel that way all the time. Big yikes, man. That maybe is a mood that I should work on. Or not necessarily like work on, but just like, you're not alone in this thing. I feel like a lot of mental health books strike that chord of just like, it doesn't necessarily make you feel better, but it can make you feel less alone, which is in itself better, sort of. In any case, this was really good. The illustrations are really cute. I love her use of color and line weight. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Now we're going to go read Strange Houses. So I just finished Strange Houses by Yuketsu, and it's translated by Jim Ryan. This is such a weird book. If you don't know anything about this, basically it's a series of floor plans of houses that look wrong, and you follow the characters trying to figure out what's wrong with the houses as they contemplate that the houses are being used to murder people and that they are murder houses. And then they collect people and they collect stories and they collect like information about the houses to like prove their outlandish theories true over and over again as they unravel this like giant mystery. But basically it's about a series of murder houses that there's like floor plans for. And so you're constantly looking at the floor plans and then hearing stories about people moving throughout the houses, and like, it's wild. So I basically just read this in one sitting. It's not very long. It's like 200 pages, 203 pages. So not like a beefy book, but really interesting and very strange for like a US reader, because it's told in transcripts. Like the conversations between people are literally just the dialogue, like person's name, dialogue, person's name, dialogue. And then there are like letters that are given from like one person to another where they tell their events of different points in the story. And there are like musings by the main character who's investigating all of this. And there's all of the maps, and it's just really bizarre. But like 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not like, I liked it and I was deeply engrossed reading it. But I don't know if I liked the ending. I haven't decided yet. It's maybe too fresh in my mind to have decided if I like the ending or not. I definitely, like, every time that there was a reveal was like, ooh, oh, like, and there were many reveals for various different things throughout the book that were just interesting. But the very last one on like the last page, I'm like, and that's how I feel about it. So, tentative 4 out of 5 stars, maybe 4.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it. I think it was definitely worth a read as like something that you don't normally get in like American, fiction. Definitely interesting. And it does say that it's a chilling Japanese mystery sensation, and it is pretty chilling, because if you take it with a grain of salt, but like take it as being true, it's like very creepy and like very off-putting, but very neat, very cool. So this week, because I think I started my vlog on like Sunday. Sunday I had read Attention Seeker by Darcy Michael, and I had finished something else. I don't remember what. what does my reading journal say that I did? Oh, Through Gates of Garnet and Gold. I had finished both of those. And I finished Lavender Clouds today and Strange Pictures today. Today being Friday. So I think I'm going to wrap up this reading vlog here, because didn't actually wind up reading any more of Honeycut, since I was reading these, and I haven't progressed any further with that. I'm still at like 16%. So that'll be for next week's reading vlog. I'll just start that tomorrow. But yes, so Through Gates of Garnet and Gold, Attention Seeker, Lavender Clouds, and Strange Houses. Not a bad reading week, as it were. Did a pretty good job of things. Not mad about it. I do need to update my reading trackers, but I will do that off camera and revisit it next time that we hang out, because I don't have the attention span for it right now. But yes, so thank you for hanging out, and I will see you in the next reading vlog, as it were, as we continue to try and work down these shelves and all of these books. And I promise I won't buy any more. I mean, like, but I did stay true to my word, and I read both of them. I could have been reading something else, but I read both of them. So, like, I didn't add to my TBR because I read both of them within 24 hours. So, listen, it's clear that I have a problem. Yep. See you next week.